Hey everybody, welcome to Buzzworthy TV, and I'm the girl, Lady T. Tonight we're talking Hollywood Divas. Tonight's episode is Hollywood Divas, episode 5, season 1. Anyway, the episode kicks off with Paula and Forrest. Paula's talking to Forrest about her previous meeting with the ladies and how they were all in their feelings, about the character and what she presented to them. She feels as though that they are trying to undermine, her as a director. And what I feel is this. I feel as though, Paula, yes, this was your idea. Actually, you know what? Let's take that back. Let's be honest. We know how reality TV works. Particularly, I hate to say this, but TV One. They always have a project that is brought to them by the producers, and they have one main person bring it to the ladies. And that's what it is. Paula, you were the person that was chosen to present the project to the ladies. So this is not your idea. So you need to stop acting as though you the queen bitch. Let's just stop it. So anyway, she's offended because she feels as though, she brought these ladies on, and the only reason why they're in their feelings about the script is because it was her idea and not theirs. And I'm just like, you need to just go on and have several seats. And Forrest, he just up there co-signing like, he her yes man. He like, yeah, I don't understand. It's just the road. They just need to roll with it, so y'all can just get it done. And my thing is, I'm going to need him to get out her ass long enough to get a job. Because I'm just so sick of him and him just following her around and just being her yes man. I'm just sick of it. Like, grow some balls already. Anyway, we move on to Elise and Golden. Golden goes and invites Elise over to her house, and they talk about what happened the last time everyone was together. And, she was just saying about how she feels as though Paula intentionally comes for her, not just with the character, but just in general. She just seems to have a problem with her. And even Elise was like, yeah, she kind of goes hard on me, but it's evident that she definitely goes hard on you, and I don't know why. So then after that, we move on to Elise, Lisa, and Countess. They are with Countess because Countess is at the doctor getting a G shot. And so they go, and support her. And while she's in the doctor's office getting her G shot, I'm sorry, y'all. I love Countess. I think she's funny. I think she's authentic, and she's a breath of fresh air on this show. So I love her. Anyway, while she's in there with the doctor, Paula and Lisa, I call her Paul because shoot, in the relationship, she is definitely the man. But anyway, Paula and Lisa, they're talking about, Elise and Golden. They're, Paula states that, her and Golden are more so acquaintances than friends, and that she feels like Golden has a problem with her, so that's probably why they don't particularly get along, because it's not on her part. She don't have a problem with her. And she says Elise is just a good friend. She just has to make it all about her, but she's used to it. But anyway, after that, we move on to Elise and Lisa at Lisa's charity event. She's hosting a charity event, and she invites Elise, and they have a good time, and they talk or whatever. They talk about, again, the girls, and just particularly how they, Lisa's like, I want us to be unified, and I just, want us not to be, so we don't need to be bickering, and, I really like you, and, I think we'll be all cool. Basically, she was getting to know Elise, and, they had a really good time, and they took pictures or whatever. It was cool. Then, right after that, we have Forrest and Paula getting ready to go to Elise's and a performance, the Elise and Assorted Favors performance. And she's telling him what to wear, and I'm here again, like, this bitch made man. I'm just so sick of him. I mean, Paul, get your bitch in check, please. But anyway, they're talking as they're getting ready, and she's like, Elise asks Countess to host, and she asked Golden to dance, and she didn't ask me to do anything. And here go Forrest. She didn't ask you to do nothing. I thought y'all was cool. Y'all still cool? And I'm just like, would you just stop being such a he just acts like such a female to me. But anyway, let's move on to the tragedy of it all with the whole Elise and the Assorted Flavors performance. Let me tell you, it was a big old mess. Like, what they had on, let me tell you, they had on some ripped cut blue jean shorts and tank tops, and the dancing was mediocre, and it was just ridiculous. Oh shoot, before I go on with the event, let me backtrack. First of all, before the event, Elise was at the venue, getting stuff together, and Golden is sitting up there calling her, blowing up her phone. So she answers, and she's like, what's going on? She's like, oh my God, Dakota is sick. That's Golden's daughter. And, well, Paula's like, well, she's sick. It's okay. Don't stress yourself out. I understand. She's like, no, I'm not going to let you down. And she's just whining like, it's just so hard being a single mother. I'm just so tired of Golden because she makes everything out to be about her. And she just like, everything is just so monumental, and I'm just sick of it. But anyway, and let me tell you, so the performance is going on, and, it's very mediocre. Let me tell y'all, Countess Vaughn looked amazing. She came in there snack. She was stunting on them hoes. I love Countess. Countess, you stunt on them hoes without even knowing it. And that's what I love. Countess ain't playing no games out here. And she came and she walked the red carpet, was like, hoes, y'all was trying to put me into these old frumpy ass clothes. I'm going to show you. I does this, okay? So, yeah, she looked really nice. And anyway, after that, the performance, Lisa, she makes a toast and says, I want to, make a toast and, say, I'm having a good time. I'm glad we all got together. And she said, but I noticed that Elise did not introduce Golden. And I wonder, was that shade? So when Elise and Golden meet up with the girls after the performance, she's like, you guys did such a good job. And she's like, but I noticed that you didn't introduce Golden. And Elise is like, oh, I didn't introduce Golden, girl. I'm so sorry. I forgot. And Elise is like, in the confessional, like, I forgot. Golden doesn't seem to have a problem with it, but Lisa keeps, harping on it. I think she's trying to be a shit starter. And I'm like, oh my God, here we go. So anyway, so she keeps harping on it, and Elise is just tired of it. So as everybody's getting ready to go, she finds it in herself to jump on stage and, says, everyone, it was just brought to my attention that I forgot to introduce the amazing Golden Brooks. I'm like, you could have kept that introduction, because it was like you didn't want to do it. You only did it because you wanted, Elise to shut her damn mouth. So it was kind of forced and kind of dumb. Like, Elise, just sit down sometimes. I don't get you either. Like, you could have just kept that. Anyway, the next day, Golden Brooks, she does this self-tape for this movie that she was auditioning for. They want her to do a self-tape, and she just doesn't feel she needs to do it because she's familiar with the people. She's worked with them before, and they're familiar with her work. She doesn't understand why she has to do a self-tape. But anyway, after the self-tape, she meets up again with Elise, and she's crying again about being a single mother. Why? I'm so tired of her playing the victim. I'm so tired of her whining. I'm just through with it. I'm just going to call her the whiner. And then, okay, we move on to the final scene, which is the meeting. The girls again are meeting up, but this time they each are bringing a writer to assist them with writing the script to the film. And everyone brings in, I have to say, credible writers, people who wrote movies, people who wrote sitcoms like the Jamie Foxx show. They even got some people who wrote a couple of ABC, dramas. So it's good. I'm proud of them. They all brought people who I really think could give them, some great scripts and some great ideas. But Paula brings in her husband, her little lapdog, and I'm so sick of it. So anyway, they asked Forrest, they look him up and down like, okay, Forrest, writing-wise, what have you done? We know you've been a part of production, but writing-wise, what have you done? And he tells them, like, basically, I want to help y'all make y'all, stories come to life. I want to vibe off y'all. So they kind of feel that, they like the fact that he's going to give them a chance, he's going to give them a chance to give them, his input, and they're all kind of going to do a collaborative effort. That's a good, that was good on his part, and I did like that he wasn't coming in to take over. He just wants to vibe and kind of, make it a group effort and make it more of like, hey, tell me what you want, and I can kind of clean it up and make it great. So that wasn't my problem, because he did seem to, like I said, know what he was doing. My problem was, initially when they were talking to Forrest, he couldn't say nothing. Paula was too busy speaking for him. Like, before he could say anything, when they were asking him questions, she would interrupt and ask for him. And I'm like, again, Paula, let this man talk. Let this man breathe. I don't know what to do. Paula and Forrest are like a mess. Like, they living in extended stays. Now they in this house that's broke down, should be condemned. Forrest don't have no backbone. Paula just, I don't know. She thinks she the queen, but living like a peasant. And she thinks she can boss people around. Anyway, I don't know. I just think this show is just tragically great. I love it. It's just wretched, but in a good way. Because it's not wretched like Love and Hip Hop, but it's just wretched like a mess. And a good mess at that. I love it, y'all. But anyway, that was the show. Please don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I love you guys. Peace and love.